why you went from affirming the non-necessity of God to now saying God is necessary. How did you decide that God? How did you decide that God is necessary?
Well, I think we can point out that you were talking to me within those 5 to 10 minutes. So you need
to stop appealing to what I said, because I didn't make a case for the necessity or non-necessity of God. But you switched from the non-necessity of God to the necessity of God. Why have you switched?
Because there needs to be a thing that substantiates
to be fair to him,
he did
talk. To be fair to him, he did talk with Jay Robin before, so you just popped in the middle when he was talking, right?
Yeah, I still like to know why you went from asserting the non-necessity of God till now you're asserting the necessity of God. What changed?
Well, I'm at a deistic position, so I think the things that you pointed out, because it must have been you, because otherwise, I don't know why.
Wow, you are really thick.
Thank you.
I made no argument for the non-existence or existence of God. I simply pointed out that when you affirm that it's not necessary to reference God, that entails the falsity of God. That's all I did. I said nothing else about why you should or should not believe in the existence of God. You keep on maintaining over and over again that I changed your mind. I couldn't have changed your mind because I made no rationale whatsoever about the non-existence or existence of God. All I did in one sentence, all I did was make it clear to you that your position entails the falsity of God. That's all I did. So how did you go?
Enough to convince me?
Oh, so by me showing you that you hold that God is false, that changed your mind, that now God is not false?
Yes, because you made a very logical
discussion
about it.
Okay, hold on a second. Are you a high school student, college student, what?
I'm currently, working. I just graduated high school like 5 years ago. So, yeah, about that.
You keep on repeating the same line that I convinced you. What are you even referring to? Because I made no case for or against the existence of God.
Then what was the stuff that you said after?
How many times do I have to repeat this? I simply pointed out that your position entails the denial of God. That's all I did. So how does my pointing out that your position entails the falsity of God to now you're affirming that God exists?
Because now I realize that I need something fundamental and necessary in order to substantiate my reasoning.
But you would have believed that anyway.
I would have believed that anyway. Well, I didn't believe that before because I didn't even know what that was.
You didn't believe that there was anything fundamental to reality, so you thought all events are spontaneous?
Well, not necessarily. I kind of
if you don't believe that if you don't believe that all events are spontaneous, then you're going to have to believe that something is fundamental to reality.
Well, right now I believe it's God.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a waste of time talking to you. You're clueless.
I guess so. Thank you.
By the way, do anyone in here know who Massimo Poligio is, or however you say his name?
No.
He's everyone in the room. He's a atheist philosopher who debated William Lane Craig. I got the guy to fold in 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, he folded like a cheap lawn chair.
Who's the guy's name again?
Massimo Poligio. He's just on another server, and I was able to question him first. And he actually got pissed and almost had a hissy fit that he gave an answer that we would expect a sophomore in high school to give, and he had a hissy fit because I kept on pressing him on the question.
Who recorded it?
I tried to record it, but I was getting too much background sound from Audio Hijack, but I'm sure somebody recorded it. I'm sure that Canadian Catholic recorded it, so I will post.
What was the guy's name again?
Masmijo Pelugio or something like that. He's an atheist philosopher, and I got him to fold and almost have a hissy fit with me in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, please post the link if you find it, please.
Yeah. Let me message Canadian Catholic and see if I can get that.
What was the nature of his folding? How did it take place?
The same question I ask him all the time. I said, do you believe it's not necessary to reference God as a necessary precondition? And then he just tried to, kind of present lacktheism. And I said, yeah, but then you believe then what is fundamental to reality is impersonal. And he says, that's right. I said, good. What's your evidence or rational justification for that? He says, because I don't have a reason to believe that it's personal. I said, well, but you told me you need a rational justification for what you believe. I said, so either you believe what's fundamental is either personal or impersonal. So you believe it's impersonal. So I said, so what's your evidence for that? I said, because if you don't have evidence for that position, I said, then you're violating your criterion of belief. He was so bad, okay? He was so bad, I thought I was talking to a 17-year-old atheist teenager. Okay? And this is a big cheese atheist philosopher. And I got him to fold within just a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to get the recording.
You'll probably have to wait until the AMA is over for the recording.
No, what he can do is whatever his app is, he can find the file and duplicate it and send that to me or provide a link. Did you listen?
Yeah, I actually got a phone call right during it.
He folded really badly. And this is a guy who debated William Lane. So when I asked him to justify his naturalism, okay, his only defense was, I don't have a reason to believe in non-naturalism, meaning God. That's how he did. Those weren't his exact words, but that was his. And because I'm familiar with the atheist responses, I didn't let up. And I said, listen, you don't believe what is fundamental is a mind. So what you believe then is what's fundamental is not a mind. What's your evidence for that? And he kept on coming back with, well, because I don't have a reason to believe that it's a mind. I said, well, then what's your reason to believe that it is a mind? You see how piss poor even these professional atheist philosophers are when you ask the right kind of questions? I mean, this is another, and by the way, it was so bad that he finally refused. He didn't want to talk with me any further. He completely folded. In fact, he had more, because I had him cornered, and he bailed out on the conversation as soon as he could. He performed vastly worse than teenage atheists do on a regular basis on Discord. Okay, this guy's an atheist philosopher.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. It's the first time I heard of him. But then I don't follow philosophers anyway.
He's a professor of philosophy at the City College of New York. Well, we just owned a professor of philosophy. He totally wimped out like a scared Girl Scout. It's absolutely amazing how they fold upon just simple questioning. He tried to change it into a scientific question. I said, I didn't ask you a scientific question. I said, this is a metaphysical one. He tried to turn it into a science question. His name is Massimo Pilucci. The G is silent. Pileucci. Pileucci. Massimo Pileucci. I can't wait till I get the recording of that. So this guy's a fake and a phony and a fraud too. He wants to have a rational justification for what is ultimate when it's a mind, but when it's not a mind, he doesn't have a justification for it. So how do you know it? How do you know what I asked him basically? How do you know what's fundamental is not a mind? You know what his answer was? He goes because I don't accept that it is a mind. This guy's a professor of philosophy, folks. All right, I'll be back on tonight, and as soon as I have the recording, I will provide a link for it.